What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. I hope everyone is healthy and well, and thank you so much for all the support, everyone. We have been growing tremendously, and let's keep this consistent, baby. Let's just keep this consistent. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support. Today, I bring to you a video by CBC News. We got how Mark Carney cracked Donald Trump's playbook. What do you mean by a playbook? You know, what do you mean by that? Like, meaning Mark Carney basically knows how to deal with Trump. Like, when it comes to Trump, Carney is he's a pro. Like, Trump is not his kryptonite at all. And to be honest, Carney's probably the only person like that I've seen truly stand up to Trump. You know, everybody else tends to try to be friends with him. Carney like, hey, we ain't doing none of that. I don't want to be your friend, pal. You see what I'm saying? Let's jump right into this video.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to. Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's an honor to have the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, who I have made very popular. He's an extremely popular.
That is wow. We're not gonna flow past that. What?
Mark Carney, who I have made very popular. He's an extremely popular Prime Minister.
Okay, here we go. Trump-Carney round 2, their second Oval Office meeting in a room known as much for its bloodshed as for its bridge building.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You're in no position to dictate. You're gambling with World War III.
Now, if you were looking for any
bro, I remember he made that statement. I thought our lives was in jeopardy. I said, whoa, didn't know I'm so serious. I thought like I was gonna just be sleeping and it just here, boom. I thought it was gonna go down. I'm so serious. I was like, no way he's letting that slide. What? Like, you are gambling with World War III. Wait. We can't just be throwing things out there like that, bro. World War III is crazy. That's crazy.
To dictate. You're gambling with World War III.
Now, if you were looking for any real substance to come out of this meeting between Carney and Trump, let me stop you right there. There was none. No big announcements, no real policy discussions, mainly just performance. But that's something Mark Carney appears to understand.
And Mark, it's an honor to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If I may,
we'll hear those words again, because showing deference is chapter 1 of the Carney playbook to dealing with Trump. From there, it's about disarming and de-escalating. Then
facts that if I may is like, it's a nice way of saying, you know, like, may I say something? May I add something on to what you're saying? I understand what you're saying, but could I say, you see what I'm saying? He got a way of using his words, bro. Y'all not forgetting, but there's a lot of people that be forgetting how educated Mark Carney truly is. Yeah, you gotta go through his, like, just go through the record.
Maintaining really discipline while defending only when necessary.
Before a major event like this, every sort of word is carefully chosen and thought about. Mark Carney has to pick and choose his moments, when to push back, when to speak up.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. If I may, you kindly hosted me and some of my colleagues a few months ago, and I said at the time, you are a transformative president.
If you're going to speak to Donald Trump, world leaders have learned that it's helpful to do two things immediately.
Yep. Compliment him. Compliment him, you know? Make it feel good a little bit, you know? Compliment or something.
First is to say thank you. Ideally, both to him personally, then to the room publicly.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. I want to thank Mr. President for his hospitality.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can I say thank you for your hospitality, for your leadership?
Which maybe is just called being polite. But then Mark Carney has a way of almost asking for permission. This, if I may, way of beginning a sentence. He'll do this again a bit later in the meeting.
In many cases, it's much better and easier. But
yeah, if I may, let's be clear about the relationship as it stands right now.
And this followed up with praise. Praise early, praise often.
And I said at the time, you are a transformative president. And since then, the transformation in the economy, unprecedented commitments of NATO partners to defense spending, peace from India, Pakistan through to Azerbaijan, Armenia, disabling Iran as a force of terror.
What this all adds up to is a very flattering show of deference, echoing back to Trump the set of accomplishments that maybe mean the most to him, certainly the thing that he feels makes him worthy of a Nobel Peace Prize.
We've solved
It's like basically glorifying them, you know? You gotta, what would really be the word? Like, you really just gotta lie to them. And, yeah, compliment them. Glorify them for the accomplishments, them and their country, and all this and that. Basically, to get on the good side, to have that level balance, so he's not hot-headed, you know.
7 wars.
The maybe
Wait,
mean
what?
We've solved 7 wars. Wars that were unsolvable. I ended 7 wars. I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable.
He's
Why
trying
you
to
keep
butter
saying
him up a little bit. He's trying to use some flattery to try and build a rapport with the president in the hopes that that might be the way that we get a positive deal for Canada and the economy.
And this deference extends to those moments, which, in a way, I've come to think of as Trump's highest form of praise, when he makes a good-natured but still somewhat cutting joke at your expense.
I'm running out of time, but this is, in many respects, the most important.
What you created of Canada and the
what
United
you
States.
That wasn't where I was going.
If you think back to the beginning of the year when Trump would make these 51st state sort of comments,
Look, what I'd like to see, Canada become our 51st state.
they were aggressive. There was a harsh undertone. That wasn't what we were hearing today.
It's like an inside joke between the two of them. You know, he kind of gave him a slap on the arm. There was sort of a warm exchange between the two of them when he used that quip during Carney's remarks.
For the first time in decades, hundreds of years, thousands of years, this prospect of peace that you've made possible, Canada stands foursquare behind those efforts, and we'll do whatever we can to support
Very
them.
nice.
We can to support
Very
them.
nice.
That's the
So
best
back to
way.
this notion of
De-escalate this
Carney
all.
almost feeling like he ought to ask permission to speak. In the entire 30-plus minute news conference, Carney has only asked one direct question.
I remember that. Remember we checked that video out and I was getting on don't piss me off. Bro, Trump was answering all the interview questions, this and that. Somebody representing him on his side. This man right here got the breakdown, new policies and rules and projects and this for our economy. He got to, speak on Trump's behalf. Nobody sitting on this couch on Carney's side, Mark Carney to be exact, was able to even speak. They sit there the whole time looking at him. And they wondering when it's our turn. I'm even surprised somebody here got the chance to speak, but he got the chance to speak. Nobody here got the chance to represent Mark Carney, and Mark Carney barely got asked any questions. Nobody was like, Mark Carney. Everybody's sitting there riding Trump. They always want to ask Trump a question. We gonna get whatever we can out of Trump on a Twitter post. He'll tell you on a Twitter post. He don't gotta do the interview. This is the time to ask Mark Carney some of the questions, What's on your mind? Because he's not going to the Twitter. I know he's not going to no Twitter and none of that. Typing his thoughts and what he's saying, this and that, before he gets to the press. Come on. I'm like, all eyes was on Trump, and it was like crazy, bro. Y'all try to belittle this man, Mark Carney. Nobody on his side representing. He's sitting there like, when I'm going to be able to have a chance to speak. Let the man talk. What's up? It was bad, guys.
By a reporter. And even that was only because Trump made it so.
A question for the president.
And what came was a question worded to provoke.
Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to know how come the UK and the European Union have succeeded to sign deals and bring the tariffs down, and Canada still hasn't been able to do the same?
And there are many ways to take that question, because imagine you're the Canadian Prime Minister and you're asked about your country's failure to...
Well, that's because, first of all, Trump don't want those other countries. Annexation ain't gonna be as bad as what he's trying to do to Canada. He wants Canada. That's the difference. That's why. That's why he ain't letting up with Canada. This is why everybody else get leveled up a little bit, putting to the side a little bit. It's really Canada he wants. That's why. But I want to see what Mark Carney.
Imagine you're the Canadian Prime Minister and you're asked about your country's failure to bring tariffs down. You're probably at the same time wondering, why don't you ask the guy who brought them up in the first place? But Carney's answer is first to de-escalate, accentuate the positive.
If I may, let's be clear about the relationship as it stands right now. We are the second largest trading partner of the United States. We do a lot of trade going across the border where we're cooperating, first thing. Secondly,
and he goes on to make another point about how much Canada invests in the U.S.
He sort of tried to answer without saying much of anything, without making any commitments or anything like that, without criticizing Trump or the U.S. position in these negotiations. What he was clearly doing in this meeting was trying to get on Trump's good side and stay there.
But after de-escalation, Carney makes an attempt to disarm. Not the reporter, but Trump himself.
thirdly, there are areas, as the president just said, where conflict, maybe not so much conflict, we compete.
What he's referring to there is the precisely sixth
But
time.
I like how Carney is able to kind of be on Trump's good side, although they don't like each other, you know, but he's able to be on his good side, speak respectfully and this and that. But also he does it in a way of still defending Canada and not bashing Canada or having to agree with Trump or something, or like, well, yeah, or okay, I understand what you're saying. None of that. Nah. You ever meet somebody like that? You apply so much pressure as to the point they try to get on your side and they get to agreeing with it. No, don't switch up now. I like how Mark Carney was holding it down still while still trying to de-escalate and disarm. Master at that. A lot of people can't do that without really jumping on the side, like, oh, okay, like actually agreeing with the people. And no, this right here is master manipulation, and it's like it's at its finest. What? He's a pro at it. This right here is manipulation at its finest. Yeah, and this is what you got to do in the business. You're not supposed to be walking around all day dictating being rude and like. How business gets done, and frankly, that's not how you stop a war. You know, just having wars. That's not how you stop a war. That's how you get to sparking one. You know, because what if you meet somebody one day that's ahead of their country and they don't play that, or to say they're new in office, and like, well, we run at things differently. Okay, we're not doing things how the last president did. I'm in office now, so we gonna do. And what? We never know. We got to be careful though. There's other countries with the power we got. Like military, but yes, even if they don't win, or it can go down.
Up until
and a lot of countries don't like us right now, so I don't think we got as many people defend us.
That moment that Trump framed the Canada-U.S. trade relationship as a conflict.
We have some natural conflict, but we'll probably work that out. Natural conflict. We also have mutual love. We have a natural conflict. It's a natural business conflict. Nothing wrong with it. It's a very natural conflict. Americans don't want to buy cars that are made in Canada, you know? I mean, we have the same conflict.
You win or you lose. And he sees Canada as a natural conflict, and that, you know, the American economy is in conflict with the Canadian economy because they want the same things, right? They want auto jobs, they want steel jobs. And Donald Trump campaigned on rebuilding these kinds of industries.
Then Carney frames the relationship in a slightly different way, one that he surely understands Trump will relate to.
Conflict, maybe not so much conflict, we compete.
And you know how many times Trump uses the word conflict from that point on for the rest of the news conference? 0. Instead, leaning on this other, perhaps more intuitive language.
And Canada is very competitive. I can tell you that. Canada is a very competitive country. Competitiveness. She's a very competitive person.
Mark Carney did what Canada has been trying to do for so long, is offer a gentle course correction to try and maybe present.
I'm sorry, who?
I can tell you that. Canada is a very competitive country. Competitiveness. She's a very competitive person.
Mark Carney did what.
Who's she? Wait, well, who is he talking about there? Was it like a slip up? Or is he referring to like how you guys say, we'll get her done? Is she basically like referring to your country? Canada is like a her, a she? Or am I overthinking this? Because who is he saying? Her, she right there. There's a man right there. And then there's about... It's a man sitting on the couch right next to him. I'm like, what woman?
Canada has been trying to do for so long is offer a gentle course correction to try and maybe present the Canadian view that says, okay, maybe not conflict, but competition, and try to make the overall case that Canada is better and the United States is better when they work together.
From this point on in the meeting, there's very little else Carney says at all. But I'll point out two more things. Something he did say and something he didn't.
Well, we're going to have tariffs between Canada and, you know, they have them with us. I will say with our farmers, as you know, they went up to as much as 400%.
So right here, Trump is talking about Canada's tariffs on U.S. dairy, a long-standing trade irritant between the two countries.
They're charging us over 200% for dairy products, 250%, 270% tariff.
But
This is some bullshit. You got to be kidding. I'm sorry. Excuse me for my language. You got to be kidding me, guys. I mean seriously.
right here, Trump is talking about Canada's tariffs on U.S. dairy, a long-standing trade irritant between the two countries.
They're charging us over 200% for dairy products, 250%, 270% tariff.
But that's we stupid. We're not tripping, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did y'all keep bumping it up? When did y'all keep bumping it up? Bro, come on. Like, the inaccuracy is off the chain.
Dairy products, 250%, 270% tariff.
But that doesn't quite tell the whole story, because Canadian companies don't ever actually buy enough dairy to the point where any of those on-paper tariff rates actually kick in. And Carney could point that out, except we see what looks to me anyway like restraint.
400%, 250, 300, and even one at 401. We found one.
Oh, look at him. Oh, he's pissed. He's tight. Oh my gosh, he's so pissed. Woo! He want to fight now. Carney want to get up and fight now. It ain't no more discussion, debating. Ain't no negotiating. He want to get up and brawl. The way he was like he's getting tensed up. I know that feeling. You know, you want to let them finish speaking, but you want to cut them off so bad. Like, what? What? And again, he's trying to stay on his good side. So it's like, okay, how can I tell him that's completely wrong and tell the world that's completely wrong without pissing them off? Still trying to, disarm,
400%, 250, 300, and even one at 401. We found one having to do with a very small product, but it was high.
He doesn't really respond at all, does he? You can kind of
I was just getting ready to go back and rewind to this part. Look, like a fish. You can tell. He wasn't messing with that at all. You could tell he was pissed.
almost see the wheels turning, like he's considering what an interruption on his part might sound like. Or maybe he just zoned out. I guess I have no real way of knowing. But it seems to me like he's made a choice here.
It's a delicate dance because Donald Trump is the host. Donald Trump is unpredictable, and you don't go into someone's home and start lecturing them. That's not going to get you very far with Donald Trump. I don't think that's going to get you very far with any world leader.
And of course, Carney will have carefully considered what can happen absent this kind of discipline.
What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
So I think Mr. Carney decided, you know what?
You talking to the president like that? You talking to the...
Destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President,
Cutting them off and all that is like...
President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
So I think Mr. Carney decided, you know what, we will hash out the terms of these deals in private. It's not in my best interest to go after the president with the cameras rolling.
Effectively, there is a time and place for disagreement. The one moment we see that from Mark Carney is when it comes to disputing Trump's OG rationale for imposing tariffs on Canada at all.
Is the fentanyl crisis over with Canada, with the Canadian border?
Is what?
The fentanyl crisis.
No, it's not over. It's never, I think it's never going to be over, frankly.
So we've gotten it down. It's down substantially. It's less than 1%, but it's, look, it's still too much. It's too much at home in Canada.
A lot of people.
Yeah, we got to stamp it out.
We know Canada represents less than 1% of all fentanyl seized in major...
Can somebody tell me how much 1% of the people is, of that population? How much? What's the numbers? Strac went too good at math. I keep it 100 with you.
busts
Please
at
let
the
me know in the
U.S.
comments.
border. The vast majority of fentanyl is coming from Mexico. But the interesting thing is that Carney said, we hear you. You're concerned about this.
I think Canada, let me put it this way, I can tell you that.
We don't know the price. Never mind. Because I was going to look up the population in Canada and then do the whole math, the 1%. It's no. Because we don't even know the price of the 1%. We can still get how many people out of it, though. We're not going to do that. We're not going to turn this into a whole math thing. Knowing me, we're going to be sitting here forever for like another
I think Canada, let me put it this way, I can tell you this because I deal with lots of leaders all over the world. He is a world-class leader. He's a man that knows what he wants, and I'm not surprised to see that he won the election and won it substantially, and I would think he's more popular now. He's a good man. He does a great job, and he's a tough negotiator.
So here's where I think this all lands. If you measure success in a meeting like this by measuring substance, or even strength, you might see this as Carney's failure.
Now those elbows have come down. The American tariffs have doubled. We have by far the weakest economy in the G7.
But if you measure success by survival, or even the extent to which the relationship can be smoothed out, then maybe you walk away with a different take.
So then what's holding things up? If he's a great man and you want to do a deal with Canada, why aren't you?
Because I want to be a great man, too. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. That pretty much concludes this up. We already know how long this is going to go on for, because it pretty much seems like, well, we know Mark Carney's not giving in. No. Rather, he's just not even stressing the fact anymore. And Trump's never going to give in. This is one of those things where it's like, this, I don't want to say it. It may last forever, though, if no one comes to a conclusion, if no one gives in, which you guys don't want that, right? You don't want your prime minister to give in. And I know we got some Americans I'm talking about the ones with the American flag posted up in front of their house on a pole and stuff. Yeah, they don't want him giving in either. Nobody be thinking rationally, man. But the way America is, it's like, if it's your country, you ought to die for it, right or wrong. That's the way, like, people think. You got to think a little more, I don't know, man, just a little more rational than that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Checking out has Mark Carney. Did he crack the code to Trump's playbook? It seems that he did. Trump is not Carney's kryptonite at all. You know, he pretty much has his respect from Trump. Trump literally just said that towards the end of the video in a way without literally giving him his props, but you know, he kind of did it in a undercover manner, should I say. And yeah, he said that basically Mark Carney is his toughest negotiator. Like, this is going to be tough. This might last some time. Neither one of them are giving in. Nobody has to give in at this point. Canada's turned away. They finding relations with other people. So be it. Who's to say they got to sit here and deal with all the BS for that long? And to wait, you know, at least wait for our president to give in. No. They out here doing things because there's stuff that needs to be done within the country, Canada. It's people that need jobs. We got homeless people. They're trying to fix up the economy as fast as possible. We just messing around right now. We have a lot that could get done. I'm not gonna lie. We have so much that could get done. Like, we see homeless people in the suburb areas now. I'm like, oh, this is getting bad. It's getting bad. Like, when you see the homeless people coming towards the suburbs, it's like, it's getting bad. The city's overcrowded with it now, and it's like they're getting pushed out into the suburb areas and stuff. Like, let's focus on the needs of America and we need the best relationship with Canada. We was lucky. It's like, how you gonna be in a relationship, right? You gonna be in a relationship we say you in a relationship with a chick. She cook, clean, she wash the dishes, she do your clothes, she give you massages, this and that. She still love you, all this and that. You see what I'm saying? And you still being selfish more and more out of her. She like, what more do you? Wait a minute. Now I see other people appreciating what she do and seeing what she gives to you. Basically, what Canada gives to America and what they can provide. And they like, wait, we want some of that. And they basically waiting for that relationship to be over so they can be by Canada's side and be that number one. Just like how they waiting for you to leave your girl for being ungrateful or something, or it don't work out. Somebody gonna scoop your girl up, man, and appreciate what she has to offer and what she was doing. Somebody else is out there like, oh, that looks great. We need that. I need that. And they're going to give you the same effort back. Did that make sense, guys? I love doing my little comparisons. I don't know how I be thinking of them, but hey, this video is long enough. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Please feel free to share your honest thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Follow the Twitch in the description because 2026, we're coming with consistent live streams, baby. And we're going to be on the live streams, chatting and connecting like a community. Stay safe, everyone.